We're right smack dab in the middle of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the land of Dolly Parton, pancakes, and so big amusement parks, mini golf. So there's all sorts of shows, dance shows, pirate shows, lumberjack shows, and everything else adventurous in the mountains.
In 2013, the STIHL series happened at the Lumberjack Feud in Pigeon Forge, and I was a JIL there then. That's when we originally met. We became pretty great friends then, but he was going off to grad school, and I was going to go to Ketchikan, Alaska, and host the Lumberjack show up there.
Finding my way to Pigeon Forge for work, I started out as a physical therapist. We got the great opportunity from family to come to Pigeon Forge, and there's lots of resorts, there's lots of cabins being built, there's lots of, you know, just everything going on here as far as tourism goes, and that leads to a lot of good jobs. We're headed up to the mountains of Gatlinburg. There's a couple of resorts up there that we manage. People are asking for some work to be done, and so somebody's got to check it out, and that's me. And so we go day to day, we just go to these properties, we see what needs to be done, see what can be bettered, and we do that.
The thing with Matt is, like, anything he does like full 100%. Like, he just kind of goes all in. Like, I think he's the only person I've ever met that, like, dedicates himself to every portion of his life. And I think that watching him become a dad's been no different.
With what comes with a family business is, you know, a big support. And to be a top athlete, you have to train all the time. You have to, you know, go to competitions all the time. You have to know what it's like to race and be in all these different situations.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that.
You know, they understand more than, you know, let's say my physical therapy boss in the past might. Like, oh, what, you're going to be late or you can't show up on a Friday? That's not acceptable, you know? That's how it was before, and now it's more like a, oh, okay, that's great. Like, we want you to succeed. I couldn't ask for a better job and opportunity to be able to work with family and them help me out on a day-to-day basis to be the best athlete I can be the best dad I can be.
That Slingerland drives it off, 11-second run.
The lumberjack culture has been in my family my whole life. I grew up idolizing all these guys, that Dave Jewett's and Mike Sullivan's and Matt Bush's of the world. Dad set up a super nice training area for me as a young athlete, and he was in the backyard. That's where our training area was at the time, and I'd get off of school, I'd go out back and say, let's hit it. Like, let's start underhanding, let's get some single buck in. Like, I want to do this. Took me to all these contests and paid for my stay and all of that. So it's kind of been part of my family the whole time, and I hope that Jet, you know, wants to take over in my footsteps. We finally got a picture of all 4 generations, me, Dad, my grandpa, and Jet. It's kind of come full circle where, you know, my dad was doing that stuff for me, and now I get to do it for my kids. My typical day of training looks a little different now. I'm not just running to the backyard with Dad like I used to, but Adam Lethco lives in the area. He's another top athlete. We set up a pretty nice training area, an outdoor-indoor sort of thing where we could kind of train no matter what the weather was and continue to better ourselves in the sports. In the 5 years of getting third every year, you know, some would say that's, you know, pretty great thing, you know, but you wouldn't believe the scenarios that happened for me to get that third place in all of these years. Some of the years I was fighting for that third place, and some of the years I was fighting to be number 1. I know what I need to get better at. I know what it takes to win because I've gotten up to that point. So it's just a matter of having that good day, staying level-headed, and getting that win.